Good morning and welcome to SMTAi International here in Rosemont in Chicago. It's going to be a very busy week this week. The conference session is busier than it has been in previous years, and looking at the job board coming into the show, the number of jobs that have been advertised is colossal. So it's a busy time in the industry, and we're looking forward to a lot of things happening this week. My first guest today is Paul Smith. He is the general manager for Lab One, Comet Lab One in San Jose. Welcome, Paul.
Thank you, Trevor. I'm happy to be here once again.
So last week we celebrated essentially the first year of the opening of Lab One. It was originally designed to be a collaboration space where companies would come in to use one technology and hopefully cross-pollinate to another. How successful has that been for you?
It's been really successful for our first year. In the first year, we've had more than 500 people already, and we've got a strong fourth quarter of guests and customers coming in. We've had multiple engagements where a customer comes in maybe for our Exelon X-ray technology, and then they see our other technology, E-beam or plasma, and they either are very familiar with them or they call another engineer and we have another discussion about moving their technology in that direction, coming up with new innovations.
So you've got a couple of other collaborative partners in there at the moment, I think Mirtec and APP. How are these partnerships helping to attract people into Lab One?
We have, we have two. One is a customer. This is APP Plasma System, and that's relatively new. So it's a first collaboration directly with a customer with their products in our lab, and that's just getting started. This is kind of exciting for us, and with Mirtec and with our Exelon, we have this complementary technologies, and we've had several seminars, joint seminars with Mirtec and Exelon. We'd like to do more of that. It's a great show place, and it's also a great place for customers to come in and learn about more than just one thing.
Okay, yeah, I mean, they're definitely complementary technologies. So is that a strategy that you're looking to expand upon?
Yes, it's new. Mirtec is, we've been working with them for the second half, so almost 2 quarters now, and we want to do more of that. And I think that's gone very well for Mirtec and for Exelon and also for Comet Group. So I'm here today at the show to look for other collaborative partners that may want to join us in Lab One.
Excellent. Okay. So you had a celebratory event last week where you really brought in some of the biggest names in the industry, a NASA scientist and, of course, one of the top scientists from Microsoft. Tell us a little bit about that event.
So that event was fun. I've met Dr. Mayapan earlier in the year. I saw him as a great presenter. He has some very advanced technology, which is kind of mind-blowing at some points. But it's really a look into the future that people don't really get a close look at. And the same goes for Brian Tolino of Microsoft. He had a great presentation. It was very engaging. We see the products come out in the marketplace, mostly maybe for gaming targets, but he showed many industrial applications that will be used for training and education and really global presenting active virtual reality technology that is exciting. And I didn't even imagine that until I saw his presentation.
It was a riveting presentation, and it was quite exciting when he emerged from behind the screen with wearing the Helios glasses.
Yeah, that was pretty funny, and he was pretty engaging. And so, going forward, I want to have more of those events. I don't want to make the events as much about Lab One, but more about the industry and technology. And I think that is very helpful for our customers and for the guests that come in, and for other companies that want to come in and collaborate.
Well, congratulations. It was a fabulous event and a great first year for Lab One. So thank you for joining us today, Paul.
Thank you, Trevor, and I look forward to working some more with you.
Great. So coming up after the break, we're going to be talking to Jonny Nichols from Hanwah Americas. My next guest is Jonny Nichols from Hanwha Americas, and he's here to tell us about the Center of Excellence they opened about 18 months ago. Welcome, Jonny.
Hi, Trevor. Thank you for having me.
So let's talk a little bit about that Center of Excellence, because that's really your showcase here for the Americas and for Mexico to an extent. You've got 4 lines in there, which you have a value line, you have a high volume line, you have an LED line, and what's the 4th one?
We have a high efficiency line solution there. You know, today's marketplace, everyone's trying to find where can they find time-saving benefits, right? So, we believe that a lot of that can be found in gaining efficiency within your line. So what Hanwha's done is they've really developed some brilliant technology in terms of how to give people a machine that can not only run very high speed, but can be very versatile, very flexible at the same time, but it's also reconfigurable. And reconfigurable doesn't mean you have to change a gantry or change a head. It means you can change conveyorization in the machine to go from single lane to dual lane without having to buy a brand new machine or add a machine into a line. So when you look at the cost efficiency benefits of some of the Hanwha technology and how that can translate into a better value proposition, yes, we do have high value line solutions in our COE, but showing some of the value points in the HVS line and seeing how that transfers and translates over into the higher performance, higher efficiency solutions we have, we think that's a competitive differentiator for Hanwha technology versus everyone else that's out in the field today.
So I believe you've also got some pretty good partners, collaboration partners in the Center of Excellence as well, including the ESC printers, which do the multi-stack stencil system. Tell us a bit more about these.
Okay. So the value-added process partnerships that we have with select makers of technology, these were hand-picked people and technologies and teams that we thought would be best synergized or would work best in harmony with our technology that we have. And when I say that, what I'm talking about are not just machines that print well or reflow well or board transport well, We're looking for people like ESC that have experience in the industry from the semiconductor side of things that give them the accuracy and the repeatability and the quality for doing precision printing process, but transferring some of that technology into some of the SMT technology so that we can be assured that we have a very high quality printing process. But more importantly, we want partnerships with companies like ESC that is very progressively minded, that is open to listening on where they can improve their technology and how they can better balance with some of the Hanwha technology that we have. And a case in point there is some of the printing technology that we have here at the show today, which is our auto changeover printer. All right, we have a printer that can change over 8 and even 10 jobs within 2 minutes each, automatically by itself. That's the stencil, that's the underboard support, everything. One button changes over the entire printer and it's ready to roll. So it's ready to go from production of one product to the next product within 2 minutes. And we like that because for us, we want to be able to change over our pick and place machines very, very quickly as well. But we also want to have the ability to run very efficiently in the line, right? Because today, again, when we talk about high efficiency solutions from Hanwha, sure, we want to be able to go from single rail to dual rail and back down to single rail when we need larger board processing. But we also want to know that when it comes time to change over the line, we can do it very intelligently and we can do it very efficiently without breaking the bank on the front end with a very expensive purchase of a printing technology or a pick and place technology. So it's all value oriented, but it's taken into account what the market needs to be more profitable and more productive, and we look for those areas where we can improve efficiency. And ESC is a great partner for us, bringing to the market the auto changeover printer that we've got, and that working in conjunction with some of our SM and our DCAN series technology for pick and place.
Okay, that's really interesting. Now, Hanwha obviously is a very large organization, and I believe you brought some of that strength to bear in the form of some of the financial help you can offer customers. Tell us about that.
Yeah, one of the divisions of Hanwha and one of the strengths of Hanwha is their financial business that they have. And what we're doing today is we're working a special strategy to be able to provide funding for select clientele, not for everybody, of course, but we're looking for the right type of customer, the right size of customer, the right business plan within a customer to justify the support from Hanwha Financial, which would be captive financing. And we feel like for us to be that partner of tomorrow, we've got to be the whole package. We can't just be a good technology supplier. We can't just have good partnerships. We have to be turnkey, and turnkey does include captive financing. So we are actively pursuing that right now.
Okay. Final question, then I'm going to let you go. The market is changing quite a bit. There's a lot of political activity on it at the moment. We're starting to see some of the manufacturing receding a little bit in China, but it's going to Vietnam and Philippines and other places. It's also going to Mexico. Are you seeing an uptick in business in Mexico, and how is that translating to business here in the United States?
We are certainly seeing an uptick in business in Mexico, in particular the automotive marketplace down there. We see an interest in odd form machines to complement existing SMT lines that they have, but we also see companies here, U.S.-based companies, that have operations in the United States and Mexico that are expanding their operations not just in the United States but also in Mexico and getting ready for higher volume assembly coming back over to the United States. And again, this is more focused on the automotive marketplace. Certainly there's a lot of LED business down there as well, but we are actually very excited about the prospect of realizing more business within the larger accounts that are bringing back some of the assembly over to North America. And North America means, for the high volume stuff, it means Mexico, not the United States. But you still have U.S. operations over here, you still have NPI work and prototyping being done in the United States, and that's all influencing Mexico and their assembly capacities, so to speak, down there. So we're very excited about the business we see coming back from China over into North America. And we're actually quoting lines. We're quoting lines for people who want replacement lines here in the U.S., but they also have other facilities in the Philippines and things like that. So we're actually working with them on joint line solutions, not just from a common technology support standpoint. What they have over here, they need to have over there, but from a support infrastructure standpoint, you have to be ready more globally to be able to support and have that continuity between your service and support here, spare parts availability and things like that, and training facilities like at a center of excellence. You've got to be able to connect from the U.S. to Mexico and also down into the Philippines as well. And of course, even China. China's not going away. We've got to work with them, but we have to work with everybody on a more global scale today as opposed to just being focused on North America. Yeah.
No, we're living in very exciting times, Jonny. Yeah. So I want to thank you for coming in and joining us today. It's great to see the progress that you're making with the Centre of Excellence and other things with Hanwha, and I'm sure we'll hear more from you in the future.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So that wraps it up for this morning's show. Join us later today for 2 panel discussions on cleaning, and we've got one on talent sourcing. But for now, this is Trevor Galbraith saying thank you for joining us.
Sponsored by Panasonic. Smart factory solutions for any mix, any volume. Introducing the new NPM W2S, the ideal placement solution for manufacturers who value reduced setup and changeover time over volume.